Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, still to come, we've got a cardiologist in the kitchen, Dr. Michael Fenster. And hey, what are you cooking for us today?
We have got a Code Delicious of fantastic fall flavors. Pork, cabbage, apples, red currants, so delicious. So don't go anywhere. Doctor's orders.
Attention.
Oh, you too.
Kim Button, and you can find her on our website, daytimeonline.tv. Still to come, a tasty meal that's heart healthy, courtesy of a doctor who knows his way around a kitchen. Isn't that right, Lynn?
Oh, you better believe it. The Daytime Kitchen is smelling delicious because Dr. Michael Fenster is making a fancy schmancy sauce. What are you making?
I'm making a gastrique, which is just French for a sweet and sour sauce, but gosh, it sounds so much better in French, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it does. All right, well, that's just ahead, so stay with us. All right, so what do you get with pork, pumpkin beer, and potatoes? Well, of course, you get a delicious meal that cardiologist Dr. Michael Fenster is dishing out for us. And this is a terrific recipe to make any weekday night or weekend night.
Anytime, and it sounds really fancy, too, if you want to impress your friends with a gastrique.
A gastrique.
Very, very simple and very economical. We got some center-cut pork chops here.
Okay.
Just to trim those up off the bone. They're less than $5 for a pack of 4.
That's great.
Then it's hammer time.
Hammer time.
Dun, 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 dun. Can't pound this. Thin that out. Then we're going to put it in the breading. We'll put it in the egg wash, put it in our breading over here,
okay.
And then we just put that in the pan, and we're going to let that cook for about 1 to 2 minutes aside, so it's just
That's
like
it?
that golden brown.
1 to 2 minutes each side.
That's it, because we pounded it out. It's nice and thin.
Okay.
Then we're going to serve this with some pumpkin beer braised cabbage.
Pumpkin beer braised cabbage.
So good.
That sounds delicious.
It is, and you're going to take advantage of all those wonderful fall flavors that in pumpkin beer and stuff. So we're going to just simply soften a little shallot, fine dice a little cabbage, put it in there, let the cabbage cook down a little bit, add the beer, braise it.
Okay, how long does the cabbage take to cook down?
About 15 minutes or
15
so.
minutes,
Yeah,
and you clean your hands?
Right,
Thank you very much,
we touched the pork, and I heard all about the
Yes.
many things all over. My
Yes.
kitchen's clean.
No germs
It's
in
like my
here.
OR. It's,
Well,
it's
good
sterile and
germs.
clean. The gastrique's very easy to do. We're going to take some sugar.
Okay.
We're going to put it in a pan. We're going to walk away.
That's it?
We're going to come back when, after a few minutes on low-medium heat, it has started to caramelize. You'll see it turn the caramel color. You'll smell it, and just when it starts to smoke, we add an equal amount of apple cider vinegar.
Ah.
Then the sugar will crystallize out. Go ahead and stir it so the sugar reabsorbs.
Okay.
Then we add our fruit flavors, fresh squeezed apple juice, and some delicious red currants, and reduce it down by about 1/3.
And a gastrique is that's just a sauce. It's another fancy name for a sauce, or is it a special kind of sauce?
It's this sort of sweet and sour sauce that we have. It's French, and when we reduced it down by 1/3, you get this kind of light, syrupy consistency. And although it has sugar, we're going to put just a little bit on there. It's going to add so much flavor and intensity and just bring this whole dish together. But it's not going to add a lot of sugar, salt, or fat.
Oh, well, that's great.
This whole, on a whole cutlet, maybe a teaspoon.
Oh, really?
That's it. Very powerful, very flavorful.
Wow, so it's very powerful stuff. Hey, since you are a cardiologist, I have to ask you about using apples. I read in any recipe and just eating apples. I read a study recently that said women who ate 1 apple a day can lower their LDL, their bad cholesterol, by 23%.
That's absolutely correct, and it applies to both women and men as well.
Really?
And a dish like this, because what we did is we actually, when we made the apple juice, we reserved those apples, and we mixed it in with the cabbage.
Oh.
So we're getting apples and cabbage, and we're getting just a wonderful combination of pectins and fibers. Cabbage is really loaded with antioxidants, carotenes, especially if you could use a colored cabbage, like red cabbage, if you want.
You know, it's so nice for you to say that, because I heard that it was kind of the junk vegetable for a long time, that there was nothing in it, really. It was just empty.
We're discovering so much. We thought, well, you know, when I went to medical school, they told us, and this is now I'm really dating myself, but they told us fiber was not important. Because you didn't absorb it, you didn't need to worry about it.
And
well, we were
right
about that. That's nature's little colon sweepers right there. So
I like how you just put that so delicately. Nature's little colon sweeper. That was pretty funny. And then this is your final product. So
right.
You've let that cook on each side for 2 minutes, and you just put your pork cutlets over your cabbage then.
Right, and then we're just going to take that gastrique, and then we'll just kind of drizzle, like I said, just, you know, this right here, 1/2 teaspoon right there.
All right, now let me ask you a quick question, though. You're going to eat this with a white wine.
Yeah.
Why a white wine?
Well, pork is
White.
the other white
Right,
meat,
the other white.
and really what you want to do is balance the flavors. Wine, studies have been shown, is actually very good in reducing cardiovascular risk. So we're getting some health benefits from moderate, and I emphasize moderate, wine consumption.
That is so good. I'm gonna have a
this,
little sip of wine
yeah,
right
and this is just going to really work. It's going to add some brightness, some citrus flavors that work so well with breaded pork. You know, when you go out to a German restaurant and you get the schnitzel,
Yes.
which
Oh,
is
yes.
which is what this is.
I love the schnitzel.
You get a little bit of lemon to add that brightness. This is another way to add that citrus flavor.
And it's always fun to have one glass of wine.
Oh, absolutely.
Phenomenal amount. Hey, Dr.
Absolutely.
Michael Venter, great to have you here.
So good to be here,
And
thanks.
a delicious recipe. I'm going to keep eating, and I'm going to let you know that this
I'm gonna
recipe
eat too.
will be at daytimeonline.tv under the recipe archive. Now, after the break, we hear from the stars of ABC's Pan Am. Stay with us.
Morgan and